Ya זאת עולה מן המדבר
זאת עולה מן המדבר
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה
מקוטרת מור מור לבונה
ליבבתיני אחותי קלה
ליבבתיני אחותי קלה
אני לדודי ודודי עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה ובצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה, בואי חלה, בואי חלה.
לך דודי לקראת קהלה, הנה שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת קהלה, הנה שבת Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. 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 Viatahu melech adon lechol hashalom.
Viatahu melech adon lechol hashalom.
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. וטוב בעיניך לברך את עמך ישראל בכל עת
ולכל שעה
Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Shalom Rav al Yisrael Amcha Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam. Tasim Leolam.
Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai.
The people of Israel, through rivers of fears and tears, endured for lifetimes when the future was still unclear. And against all odds, we're still here.
Am
send out a message. Our work is still undone. Shine a light of hope on everyone. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael, Am Yisrael Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu Chai. Oranu
They're here. They're behind you.
Right in the middle of the page.
Yeri nefesh avarachman. Yeri nefesh avarachman. Meshoch avdecha. Teretzonecha Meshoch
top of page 10. If you're unfamiliar with this service, this is not the kind of service where you sit and just take it in. We expect you're going to sing along, even if you don't think you're a singer. The idea is to get your body vibrating, to get us all singing together and kind of bring the music into our hearts tonight and allow ourselves to begin this year with melodies inside of us. So if you're sitting there and your mouths aren't moving at all, we're going to ask you to leave. No, we won't ask you to do that. But how good it is that we're all here together tonight. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tovu shevet achim gam yachad. Hine ma tov u'manayim 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 shevet achim gam yachad. Ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Hine 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 ma tov u'manayim shevet achim gam yachad. Shabbat Shalom, everyone. Welcome to our first Shabbat of the year. In honor of our first Shabbat, I'd like to invite up our First Lady, Michelle Aaron, and anybody who is attached to Michelle, Marsha, and the random kids she found. Marsha, come on up to light the candles. Yes, Alyssa, is your last name Azar or Aaron? No. Jack? What's your last name? page 2.
You guys gonna stay here? Okay. I don't.
So as we started with a little singing and getting ourselves in the mood of Shabbat, we brought the light of Shabbat into the room. Now let's finalize bringing ourselves into this space so that we can continue with the service together. So this is that moment where we think about our week. That's a little bit daunting this week because I think a lot of us have been thinking about the entire year. But as we think about our week, let's think about the highs, the lows, everything in between. What were those things you'd like to hold on to tonight? Bring with you into Shabbat? And what are those things that you could do without for the next 24 hours? Take a moment for Chazarat HaShavua, a review of everything that happened to you this week, including preparing to come for services this evening. Let's take time now for Chazarat HaShavua, a review of our week. Go to page 20.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela la la.
Let's go a half
la,
step
la.
lower. We're going to go
Yeah, that
lower.
Lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela la 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 lecha dodi likrat kala penei Shabbat nekabela.
First verse.
Shamor v'zachor b'dibur echad, Hishmianu el hameyuchad Adonai התעוררי, התעוררי, כי באורך קומי אורי, 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 שיר דברי כבוד אדוני, עלייך נגלת. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה.
Let's rise and face the entrance as we welcome the Sabbath bride.
בואי ושלום עטרת בעלה, גם בשמחה וצהלה, תוך אמוני עם סגולה. בואי חלה, בואי חלה, לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה, לה 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 לה. לך דודי לקראת כלה, פני שבת נקבלה,
Page 28, we face the ark and we begin our prayers in earnest with the call to worship.
ברכו את אדוני המבורך.
In this section, just feel your body in its place, how you're sitting in your chair, your feet feel the ground. Situate yourself right here tonight, and we'll work our way towards the Shema together. Let's ground ourselves in this nigun before we get there. Just la. And we just repeat what the cantor sings. sit together. We say 6 words. It unites everything. It shows a oneness in the universe that doesn't divide. It's made up of us. It's made up of everything physical in this world. It's made up of the universe. It's made up of all time and space. By saying these words, we join with that oneness. We sing Shema.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael,
Adonai
Eloheinu,
Adonai Echad.
Shema Yisrael, Adonai Eloheinu, Adonai Echad. Shema Yisrael,
Adonai
Eloheinu, Just take a deep breath. Turn now to page 40. Here we think about the gratitude our ancestors had when they realized that they were free. Micha Mocha, words from Exodus.
Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha Nedar B'Kodesh, Micha Mocha Ba'elim Adonai, Micha Mocha
Nedar b'Kodesh, Norah
Tehilot, Osei
Pelech,
Norah Tehilot, Osei
This prayer is one that hopefully can give us some peace this evening. It asks for a shelter of peace to come over us, especially as we go to sleep at night. But it's always good to get a little peaceful feeling in before we have to go to bed. So we ask that there's this shelter that comes over us and keeps us from pain this evening, allows us to be us. And we think of this when we go out, when we come in all of our lives, and every breathing moment, we hope for this shelter of peace.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha.
Ufros aleinu.
Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha.
At the indented parts.
Ushmor tzeitzenu uvoenu lechaim ushalom me'ata ve'ad olam. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha. Ufros aleinu sukat shlomecha.
Turn to page 46 and we'll rise together and do this first line. And then we'll go silently through about page 60, 62. And when you're done with the prayers in your heart, done with the prayers in the Siddur, you may be seated and we'll continue on together in a moment. But for now, let's hope that whatever comes into our minds and in our hearts that we're able to bring through our mouth.
Let me sing your praise.
Fill my heart, let me sing your praise. Let's go to page 253.
We invite up Rebecca Horowitz to help lead us in our prayer for healing.
So we think about those people who are ill this evening. We think about people who need our help. I'm sure every one of us in this room knows someone that is in need of healing. Sometimes it's us. So we take this opportunity to do this as a community, I think for a couple of reasons. First of all, to show that we're not alone, that there's others that are going through pain just as we are. And also it gives us an opportunity to just be together in a community. Again, knowing we're not alone. So as we hear the names being called of people you may know, and there's people in your heart that you'd like to say their names, please do so after I read the original list we have. And we'll gather these names together, so please say them loud enough so that others can hear. And then we'll pray on behalf of all those people who need us. First, that we have the strength to be with them, and then for their healing directly. Let's join together in the Misha Berach.
Source of strength, who
Sharon Altman, Sam Berkowitz, Ori Berman, Shelley Blumenfeld, Jill Kahn, Eitan Chaim, Woody Clark, Elisheva Chava Bat Zalman, Haran, Leah, Miriam, Judy Fenton, Gerald Feinerman, Cantor Jen Frost, Shir Gaon, John Gerhardt, Diane Griffin Ruin, Eric Innocenti, Renee Kumetz, Theodore Kiriazis, Sheila Merowitz, Talia Merowitz, Jerome Redston, Howard Rosen, Penelope Rosenberg, Aaron Rosenthal, Neil Russo, Lindy Sobel, Mabube Soleimani, Yudit Bat Nechama Mordechai, Julie Venhuizen, Halina Wachtel, Matteo Alexandre, Xavier Weinman, Shala Zagi, and Howard Zelikow.
Joseph Weinberg, Danny Alexander, the victims of New Orleans and their families, John Stetz, David Cohen, David Richen, Sheldon Weiner, Faye Friedlander, McKenna Cooper-Smith, Sharon Friedman, Sam Latner, Mark Nemiroff, and Ed Levian. And those in the room.
Cheryl Crone, Arthur Handel.
Those in need of healing with refuah shlema, the renewal of body, the renewal of spirit. And let us say, Amen.
Shabbat Shalom. I don't know what you guys did. Tuesday night? Anyone home? We were home. We were home. As a matter of fact, Michelle found an exercise for us to do. Don't worry, it wasn't like physical exercise, shockingly. But we looked through our entire year of pictures on our phones. Went back to January, went through each month, and took a look at what happened to us, how it made us feel. Then we reflected upon the challenges that were there, the victories that were there, and kind of thought about what the whole year really meant. And I realized a couple of things. First of all, I don't take a lot of pictures. That's the first thing I realized. You know, we were in April. I finished April. I'm like halfway through May, and she's like, well, we haven't seen all of my April. So it's like April 13th. 10 minutes later, April 14th. I'm like, come on, right? So that was the first thing, is that I don't take enough pictures. But I also noticed that some of the stuff that happened to me still's inside of me. You know, I looked at it and I could still feel it. I could still smell it. I could taste it. It still was kind of with me. And other things, I barely remembered them, or they just, like, I had to take a couple of seconds to remember what had happened in these particular places. And what was nice about the two of us doing it together, she remembered things I forgot. I remembered things she forgot. And so together we were able to kind of put together some kind of narrative through the year. Some of the things felt so distant that it was difficult to understand the impact that those moments had on my now, on who I am right now, the kind of person I've become over this past year. So perhaps this exercise might have been to kind of situate ourselves. This is why I experience life the way I experience it now, because of what happened to us in the last 12 months. So I think it's natural for us to reflect upon our year at New Year. As a matter of fact, I think Jews are very lucky, because in September or October, we get to look at, you know, where we think we are spiritually. And then we come to New Year's, and it's like, this is the one where I'm going to work out, right? I'm going to lose weight. I'm going to do all of it. It's almost like it's more material and physical things that we think about for the secular New Year than we do for the high holidays, which is much more about how have I treated people? What kind of person have I been? And I think this year it's been like a little bit of a combination of both of those things. Because endings and beginnings are absolute times of reflection. But there are points of tension that causes us to compare what was to what can be, and that future is absolutely unknown. It's uncertain. So inside of these reflections, we find this kind of uncertainty as to what those things might have meant to us at the time, how they mean to us when we reflect upon them, and that process during this time of the year is a really healthy thing and can get us very excited so that we can come into the new year and we can feel good about it. Sometimes the reactions we have to what we've been through the year can bring us pain or anxiety. Other times it might give us a feeling of power. But whatever it is that you experience this year, there are emotions and there are moments that go with those things. I am not one to say that everything happens for a reason. I'm more apt to say that we experience our lives and then we try to find reasons for how those things happen, why they happen, and what happened. We read in this week's Torah portion that Joseph had no idea why his brothers sold him into slavery. That seems kind of strange. But he really doesn't understand what happens to them. But when he reflects upon what has happened to him since that moment and where he is now, I think he comes to an understanding about all the contradictions that come into our life through our experiences. What felt like probably a horrible and a series of horrible moments in his life. He's sold into slavery. He's thrown into a dungeon. He's, sexually harassed by his employer. He is sent to a dungeon once again. I mean, the guy lived the first 25 years of his life, really from 17 to about 25, really having all these horrible things that happened to him. Yet, what felt like a terrible moment, horrible things that happen, no matter what metric we're talking about, they would be horrible things. Those things that happened to him are the things that actually saved his life and saved his family's life and indeed, as it says in the Torah portion, literally saved the world. That's why he tells them, the moment he reveals who he is, he tells them not to be upset with themselves that they sold him into slavery, because the reason for it was that he would go into the position he was in and he'd be able to save everyone. And he understood that at that moment. Or HaChaim, who's an 18th century commentator, he wrote this, quote, Joseph explained why he told the brothers not to worry, that he still hated them for what they had done to him and how cruelly they had treated him. He implied that it was true at the time he certainly had not understood why they could have harbored so much resentment against him. He had a reason to hate them for that. Ve'ata, and now things had become clear. In other words, he's like, I know you guys did this horrible thing, but right now when I'm looking at it, things are very clear to me. So I imagine that Joseph was actually looking forward to that moment when his brothers were going to come before him and bow down low, when they were going to grovel and continue to grovel throughout many scenes in the Torah. They've bowed down to him. They've literally done exactly what he said they were going to do in his dream. So you'd think he'd be totally psyched that they were doing these things, but in fact he has the exact opposite reaction. When they bow to him, when they come to him, he leaves their presence and he goes off and cries in another room. And perhaps I'm thinking, when I think of what Or Chaim said about that he just realized at that very moment why his brothers may have hated him. You know, he sees them groveling and he sees the pain he's going through by watching them grovel and watching them bow. And he realizes for the first time that maybe what happened to him isn't only because of what they did, but he took some responsibility to it also. That he may have acted in a way, I mean, think about it. When he was 17 years old, he wanted them to bow to him. He wanted his parents to bow to him. He wanted to have power over people. And now here he is with all the power, and he can't handle them bowing to him. He can't handle them being humiliated in front of him because he loves them, because they're his brothers, no matter what happened. So here's this moment where he realizes, boy, I really was a horrible brother at that time. And now I understand why they hated me. At that moment, it's in that ata, which is that now of his life, he actually is helping both himself and his brothers. Rabbi Jonathan Sachs wrote, what Joseph is doing for his brothers is what he has clearly done for himself. Events have changed his and their understanding of the past, which means we cannot fully understand what is happening to us now until we can look back in retrospect and see how it all turned out. This means that we are not held captive by the past. Things can happen to us, right? Maybe not as dramatically as what happens to Joseph, but nonetheless benign. It can completely alter the way we look back and remember. By action in the future, we can redeem the past. I feel like what Joseph can teach us in understanding for himself his now is realizing who he is at this moment, realizing who his brothers are at that moment, and begin to understand how both of their lives have traveled through journeys to bring us to this exact place. And perhaps we can consider, just as they looked at that moment and discovered who they were, Perhaps we can look at this moment, the next moment in our lives, when we're at dinner tonight, we can look at where we are right now and think about those things that have brought us to that place through our experiences over the last year. So perhaps we can think about that this moment where we exist right now is the most important moment, because we have no control over what happened in the past. We can only have control over what we do now and how we move forward in the future to alleviate whatever it is that has happened to us. So may we learn from our experiences in 2024, bring them into 2025, but keep our eye towards compassion and love and forgiveness and understanding, so we can have a better understanding and forgive ourselves and those we love. Shabbat Shalom, everybody, and a Happy New Year to you. Let's move to our final prayers, which begin on page 282 with Aleinu. Please rise. Let's do...
That was me. Excuse me. Aleinu leshabeach l'adon hakol, lateit gedula leotzer breshit, shehu notesh shamayim beyoser haaretz, u'moshev yikaro v'shamayim mima'al, u'shchinatu zo begovei meromim, hu Eloheinu einod, v'anachnu korim u'mishtachavim u'motim lifnei melech malachei hamlachim hakadosh baruch hu v'nemar v'haya Adonai lemelech al kol haaretz bayom
ביום ההוא יהיה אדוני אחד.
ושמו אחד.
May be seated. So let's turn to page 294. At this time, we think about those in our congregational family who have died in the last month. We especially remember Aaron Zisberg and Herbert Bluestein. Is there anyone here who is observing the first 30 days after the death of a loved one that would like to share that name with us? $30. Is anyone observing a yard site on this Shabbat? Oh, are you 30, Lida? Is it for Shloshim? No, okay. Does anyone have a yard site this evening? Is it the anniversary of a loved one? Yes.
My grandmother, Muriel Ziegler.
My father, Jerome Davidson.
And you were with her. Is there anyone in the first year after the death of a loved one that would like to share that name with us? I'd like to mention my father, Ronald H. Aaron. So we'll say Kaddish. Is there any names that I missed? Jerry, did you have a name you wanted to say?
My grandfather Louis Margolis and my mother Stella Silva.
Are there any other names? We'd like to add, some of these have been said, Mary Ehrenberg, Samuel Berman, Jerome Bigelson, John Gross, Louis Margolis, Esther and Saul Schwartz, Isidore Shapiro, Estelle Silverhart, and Simon Stephen Tennyson. We will rise in a moment together to say Kaddish Yatom. We say it for those that have no one to say it for them, those lost in the Holocaust, and those that have died in the last 5 years from all of the violence and pandemics that are in our world. So we'll rise together as we say Kaddish Yatom together as a community. Yitgadal v'yitkadash shemei Rabbah, be'alma divra chirutei, v'yamlich malchutei, b'chayechon v'yomechon v'chayei d'chol Beit Yisrael, b'agalav v'zman kariv imru, Amen. Yehei shemei Rabbah mevorach le'olam u'l'olmei olmaya, Yitbarach v'yishtabach, v'yitpa'ar v'yitromam, v'yitnaseh, v'yithadar, v'yit'aleh, v'yithalal, shemei d'kudusha b'richu, le'ela min kol berchata v'shirata, tushbachata v'nechamata, damiran be'alma v'imru, Amen. Yehi shalama rabba min shemaya, v'chaim aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. Oseh shalom b'mromav, hu ya'aseh shalom, aleinu v'al kol Yisrael v'imru, Amen. May the one who creates harmony on high bring peace to us, to all Israel, to all who dwell on this planet. And we say,
Amen.
Amen. You may be seated.
Before we continue with announcements, I'm wondering if anyone here has a birthday in January. We have officially moved our birthday blessings to the first Friday of the month. Surprise!
We have one. We have two. Oh, yeah, Marcia. We do have. We have
Marcia?
3. You know, we don't have to bring up. They can
Just
stand
come
in
over
their
here.
spot.
All right,
Yeah.
come on up. Yeah. Oh yeah, Rebecca's on Sunday. Oh, this is. No. Rebecca has to come.
All right. So the president, when you were born, do you even know? Do you know? Israel. Was there a president?
Okay.
I'm not going to embarrass anyone and say what you. Are you born January?
He's my birthday.
All right.
He's your.
To all of you, Mishaberach Avotenu V'Imotenu. May the one who blessed our ancestors bless you who have come here to celebrate your birthday.
Yay!
You have a big one, right?
Sunday.
For this year, the most important thing we wish for all of you is health. We wish for you safety. We wish for you comfort. May you continue to count the blessings of family. May you be renewed as you approach this next year of your life. May your body stay strong. May your mind stay sharp and your soul lifted by the presence of loved ones that are in your life. May you continue to feel the deep personal relationship in those people with whom you share your life's journey. And may you pursue the passions that make your life unique and make it fulfilling. Each and every year of our lives, it's an opportunity to grow and to find fulfillment, no matter what this past year was like. May you find the space to breathe and welcome the future with an open heart. Through all of your days, may you feel blessed and safe. May you feel luminous and loved. And may you feel joy and wholeness. And we say,
Amen.
Amen.
Please, as we sing, take a keychain with the prayer for our journey. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom Huledet Sameach. Yom
Huledet Sameach. And many more.
Happy birthday, everyone.
Congratulations. Congratulations.
You may be seated. Thank you for being so brave.
Yeah.
So first of all, tomorrow morning, join us at 10 a.m. for our new What am I got new man
Shabbat
and
Morning
minion.
at Emanuel?
Shabbat Morning at Emanuel. We have a special baby naming, and the Luboff family is also sponsoring the ONEG, so please join us at 10 o'clock tomorrow morning. Next, we have lots of special tomorrow night. We have a sound bath, right, Rabbi Aaron?
Yes, we do.
Right here. This
7.
room will be transformed. Bring a yoga mat, bring blankets. People like
Pillow.
It'll be the most comfortable thing, and it's an amazing experience tomorrow night with Rabbi Aaron and Renee Noah Harris. It'll be wonderful at 7 p.m. in this room. If you haven't had a sound bath, you're in for a treat. It's wonderful.
Don't bring a bathing suit.
Don't bring a bathing suit.
Well.
Yes,
You can, but you'll be cold.
yes. Sarah, I think we have some slides, right? Okay. I should invite our president, Kara Corwin, who brought it to our attention, but as a part of Mitzvah Corps, our social action Tikkun Olam programming here, Big Sundays MLK clothing drive. I know that we just collected stuff, but it's still cold outside and we still need your support. So please bring gently used clothing to help those in need. Donations accepted until Saturday, January 18th, the weekend of MLK. Big Sunday is a huge program that just puts out so much good stuff for people who need it. LA ONEG this month, which is always the third Friday of the month, January 17th, we have our service. Noam will be there. I will be there. And our ONEG's at 6:15 with the service at 7, and we are honoring David and Troy Weisberg. You will see the breezeway, which is the area heading into the ECC now says the David and Troy Weisberg breezeway. So take a look at that, but come and honor them, and we're really happy for their giving to Temple Emanuel. And last but not least, but not really, is we have, how many people have been to our Temple Emanuel game night? Last year I did Emanuel Feud, and it was fun, but we're not doing that this year because that was a huge, I loved Emanuel Feud. But Aaron Weiner, our youth director, is going to be leading trivia. He's super good at it. So please come. It's a dinner with like a big Shabbat dinner in our community. We used to say like bring a table. So if you know people who are good at trivia, fill your table because then maybe you'll win. So that's Friday, January 24th. And then I just want to say, oh, look at it. That's so cute. So trivia moment. Aaron won the weakest link. During the pandemic, he was on that TV show with Jane Lynch. Right? He won that show, and now he's going to be leading us. So it'll be super fun. Last thing, we do not have Unplugged the first Friday of February. We have Shabbat Shirah with both of our choirs and our band and everything. So please mark off February 7th. Is anyone here for the very first time, and can we embarrass you and have you introduce yourselves? Alden, will you introduce yourself just because I know you were here on whenever we had that thing, but introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Alden. I'm visiting from Jerusalem.
A wonderful, wonderful writer, and he shared a beautiful poem at our Hanukkah candle lighting.
Hey, I'm Alex. I'm visiting from Venice, California.
And I'm Dan, visiting from Santa Monica.
Where's the dog?
Hey, I'm Shia. I just moved to Venice.
Yeah, my name is Lev. I go to school in Claremont, but I'm just here for winter break.
Anybody else? Yes, there is a new puppy. He's 12 weeks. My siblings and I surprised my parents. They're not the crazy ones we are. Just taking one for the team there. In case you were like, Marilyn and Mark Weiss are crazy. Their kids are crazy.
They've been wondering what animosity you harbor towards them.
Exactly. But you can kind of see a 12-week-old puppy in my dad's lap. That's Joey. Is that it?
Let's go to page 321. Let's rise. You can put your arm around the person next to you with permission. And let's sing Adon Olam.
Wait, thank you to Gustavo, thank you to Noam, thank you to Sarah, thank you to Karen who is greeting, thank you to our executive director Sarah Heiner, thank you to Adrian and Juan, and everybody here is keeping us safe and protected. Adon Olam, Asher malach b'terem kol Yetzir nivra le'et nasa
We don't get faster the first time. Adon Olam Hashem malach b'terem kol Yetzir nivra le'et nasa b'chepso kol hazar melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh hu yeh b'tifara Adon Olam Hashem malach b'terem kol Yetzir nivra le'et nasa b'chepso kol hazar melech shemo nikra ve'acharei kichot hakol levado yimloch nora ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh b'tifara ve'hu haya ve'hu hoveh b'tifara Adon Olam. Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom. Hey.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hey. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Shabbat Shalom.
Hey.
Shabbat Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, Shalom. Shabbat, 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 Shabbat Shalom.
Let's face this challah, and Karen's going to reveal the challah for. No, it's good. It's good. You're right there. People, I want people to get around it. Baruch atah Adonai, Eloheinu melech haolam, hamotzi lechem min haaretz,
B'tei